Okay, this is the verse to Aqualung by Jethro Tull. I'm going to start by playing it along with the music. It all starts down here on the 3rd fret area with our first finger kind of based on the 3rd fret. Your 3rd finger is going to be on the 5th fret for our first note of the 5th string. Next note is going to be 3rd fret 6th string, followed by 6th fret 6th string. So we have this. After that, we're going to bring 1st finger to 3rd fret 5th string, 2nd finger to 4th fret, and then back to 3rd fret with our 1st finger. So. Then we're going to have a series of power chords. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what a power chord is, it's this finger configuration that looks like this, or shape if you will, where your 1st finger is going to be on one string, in this case the 5th string, on the 4th fret, and then your 3rd finger is going to be 2 frets above it on the next string over. In this case the 6th fret on the 4th string. And then you just take that configuration and move it accordingly. And what we're going to do here is start on 4th fret 3 times, move to 6th 3 times, and then 8th 3 times. So we have from there, we're going to go back to 6th fret and move back and forth between 6th and 8th a couple times. So the whole thing. And then up here to 9th. And then we're going to push it over one set of strings to the 9th fret with our finger rooted on the 6th string and our 3rd finger rooted on the 5th string. The move looks like that. So that whole thing. Next section, we're going to move our power chord up to the 11th fret. And then down to the 9th. Over to here, which is 9th fret, 5th string root, down to 7th, bounce it over, and then 10th. So we have this. So when we put the whole thing together, we get this. One more time for you. And that about does it for the verse. Let's move along to the next part of the song. Alright, this is the second guitar part to the verse in Aqualung. It comes in after the first 2 rounds of the verse. And what I'm going to do to show you where it is in the music is play it along with the recording for you, and then we'll go over it note by note. There it is, played along with the recording. Let's go over it now note by note. The whole thing starts on the 3rd fret of the 4th string using your index finger, and we're going to play that note 3 times with that rhythm. Next up, we're going to use our 3rd finger on the 5th fret, same string. 3 of those, then slide it up to 7th. 3 of of those. So we have next we're going to go 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 3. And that's with our first and third fingers here. Pinky on 8th, and then first finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. So the whole thing so far. Next up we have 5th here on 4th string. 4 of those, back to 3rd. Then we're going to roll our finger over here to the 3rd string. 2 of those. Then pinky on the 6th fret, 4th string. Roll it over to 5th string. And then first finger, 4th fret, 4th string. So it goes. One more time. Now this sounds a little odd on its own, but when you put it in the context of the song, it really builds the verse a little bit as it goes. So let's go ahead now and work on the next part of the song. Alright, this is the chorus to Aqualung. This part is played on acoustic guitar. As you see, I have my capo here on the 3rd fret. And before we get started and play along with the music, I think I'm going to show you the chords we're going to need to know so that you can see what I'm doing as my hands move along with the music. It all is going to start on an E minor chord shape, which is going to be your 1st and 2nd finger on the 5th fret on the 5th and 4th strings, and then all the rest of the strings open. Next up we have a D shape, which is your 1st finger on 2nd fret of 3rd string, 2nd finger on 2nd fret of 1st string, and 3rd finger kind of weaseling its way in between them to 3rd fret of 2nd string. And for this one we're just going to strum 4 strings. After that we have A, which is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd all working as one unit on the 5th fret, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Then A minor, which is 2nd and 3rd on 4th string and 3rd string, 5th fret, and 1st finger, 4th fret, 2nd string. And that's going to be the chords we need to know. Now, in addition to those chords, there's some embellishments, stuff like that. And they are variations on the chords that we just learned. The first being D suspended 4 and suspended 2nd. To create that one, you just take your 1st and 2nd fingers off the D chord, still strumming 4 strings. And if you go back and forth, you get that kind of a sound. It should sound familiar if you listen closely to the song. And D suspended 4, here we have an octave note to this note. We have open here, octave. And what we're doing here is we're just kind of tucking our pinky under on the 1st string, 6th fret, and adding it to the D chord. And what he does for a lot of them, it looks like this. Now for the A chord, we're going to play an A suspended 2nd. We create that by merely removing our 3rd finger from the 2nd string. A minor, we're going to remove our 1st finger. Also an A suspended 2nd, just a different voicing. We don't have to do any on E minor, and then he goes back to D. So what I'll do now is play along with the chorus so that you can see how my fingers move along, and then we'll get a little more in depth as to each time you're going to, put these fingers on and off and put this one on and off. We'll go over that note by note. But first I'll let you see me play along with it. Okay, so hopefully you got a feel for how I was using the suspended chords along with the regular open chords and the strum. Now the strum for most of this is going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like so. And what we're going to do is add the embellishments into that. So we start with an E minor, D, and as you see I kept a very consistent motion with my right hand here as I'm strumming. So when we go to the D, we're going to go and that was D. Quick series of D suspended 2/4s, 2 of them actually, and then a couple more Ds, D suspended 4, and then we're going to drop over to the A. And for the A we're going to go, which is A suspended 4, and then on the upstroke back to A. And then we have A minor. And when we do the A minor, we're going to do the same idea, alternating between the A suspended 4 and A minor. Back to E. And then back to our D suspended 4, our rhythm for the suspended chords is going to be a little bit different there. It's going to be like, as opposed to the first one, which was a little bit different. So basically that's it as far as the suspended chords go. You want to listen really closely to the recording to catch this one and get how the suspensions work along with the regular chords. I think trying to read it in tab is a bit confusing. So the best way to do it is listen to it, play it over and over, and try to pick it up like that. So when we put it all together, it looks like this. And you'll notice there was one section in there where he hangs on the D chord. When he does that, he just uses this little figure twice. So that about does it for the chorus of the acoustic part. Let's move along to the bridge. Okay, here's our bridge for Aqualung. I find this to be quite a bit easier than the chorus that we just went over. And what we're going to do here is just use our chords. We're not going to use any suspensions except for one spot where we have the D suspended 4, which I'll show you. Basically, the strum for this one's quite a bit easier too. It's a down, up strum. Most of it is muted. And I'll show you how to do that right now. The way you mute the strings in the case of this song is we're going to use our left hand here. We're going to take our fingers slightly off the strings and mute them so that they're not going to ring when we hit the notes with our right hand. So it's going to look like something like this. And that basically goes on and on like that. So our chord change is going to look like this. E minor to D, and then back to E minor several times. Then when we come out of that, we're going to go A minor with a regular strum, no mutes, E minor, D. D suspended 4, back to D. And then they go back into what I like to call the second chorus, where it's the same chords as the first chorus except strummed. So I'm going to go ahead and play that along with the music for you so you can get a good look at what's going on and maybe associate some of the information I just gave you with what it looks like to have it played along with the music. Here we go. It's a second segment of the lesson because that actually follows the verse pattern, not the bridge pattern. I'm sorry, that follows the chorus pattern, not the bridge pattern. So we're going to call that the second chorus when we learn the song. And that's about it for the bridge, so let's move along and look at that second chorus section. Okay, this is what I like to call the second chorus of the song. It occurs just after the bridge. So the form of this song so far, we've had kind of a mellow chorus and then a bridge that picks up the song, and now we're going to have a faster chorus that goes along with the song as it picks up before we go into the solo. Now basically we're going to use the same idea we saw earlier for this part of the song. With our muted idea, except for this time, instead of going from E minor to D back and forth, we're going to follow the verse pattern. We're going to go E minor with our series of mutes, D, D, series of mutes, A minor, no mutes, E minor, no mutes, D. Quick D suspended 4 there before we go back to the series of mutes again. Notice how I go to A this time, strums. So we're using the same pattern that we use in the verse, except we're throwing in some mutes and then we're following it up with the A minor, E minor, D chords strummed. So let's go ahead and play that along with the music so you can get a clearer idea of what I'm talking about. And by the way, the strum is just our down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you can put some accents in it here and there to move it along a little more. He does that in the recording. But they're very random, so it's hard to just say, well, you put one here, you put one there. I don't think he ever plays it the same way twice. So we'll just go with the down, down, up, down, up strum for practical purposes of learning the song. The last chorus of the song is really similar to that, so when you get to the last chorus, just think about what we learned on the second chorus and you should be okay. So let's move along now and check out the solo. Okay, next we're going to work on the solo to the song. There's a lot of notes in this one, and it's pretty long. So what we're going to do is play along with the music first. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then we're going to take it in small sections so that you can get an idea of how it fits together phrase by phrase. So let's go ahead and play with the music, and then we'll get started on the other part of the lesson. Okay, so there it is in one big chunk. Next, we're going to highlight some sections here on my SoundForge program and take them piece by piece. This is going to be our first piece. Listen close. And that's how far we're going to take it. So here's where it all begins. Our second finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Then first finger comes over here to 6th fret of 2nd string. These are all picked notes, all down picks here. Third finger, 8th fret, 2nd string. And then we're going to slide to 10th, so it looks like this. Next section looks like this. So we're down here near the 2nd fret. Our 2nd finger is going to start on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then we're going to do a little hammer figure here. And by the way, when you do a hammer, it means you just pick the note, hammer with no pick, and then pull again with no pick. So we're just using one pick here. And then our 2nd finger is going to kind of roll across the 4th and 5th strings on the 3rd fret. So that whole phrase looks like this. Next we're going to have this, which is 3rd to 5th, 1st finger, 3rd finger on 5th string, 1st finger on 3rd fret, 4th string, and then 3rd on 5th, and then slide to 7th fret. And the next phrase looks like this after that one. And what we're doing here is 3rd fret, 1st finger, 5th string, then 3rd finger, 5th fret, 5th string, slide up to 7th using our 3rd finger, also on the 5th string. 1st finger comes over here to 4th string, rolls across from 4th string to 3rd string, both on the 5th fret, and then we end the phrase on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, so it looks like this. From there, we're going to come over here and kind of form a minor chord shape. This one would actually be C minor. And roll across the strings here. So we have 3rd fret, 1st string, 4th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, 3rd string. Next we're going to roll across the 3rd fret, same idea. So when we put all that together, here's what we get. And from there, we're going to go into our next section. Which we will cover. Let me cue it up on the SoundForge program here. Okay, so there's what it sounds like. Let's get to work on it. It all starts here on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. And then we're going to hammer to the 5th, like so. And then we're going to go to the 4th string, 3rd, 5, 7. After that, we're going to have 1st finger, 3rd string, 5th fret. And then back to 7th. And then we're going to go, which is 7, 5, 7. After that phrase, we have 7 pull to 5, to 7th fret here, 4th string, and then to 5th fret, 3rd string. And I hope you don't mind that I'm kind of breezing through this a little bit quickly. I'm trying to keep it as slow as I can, yet still keep the video to a reasonable length. Otherwise, it's going to take us like 45 minutes to get through this solo. So just rewind the video and watch the parts of the solo that you need to watch again. and know that I'm doing this whole thing a little bit quickly in the essence of time. So from there we're going to go back to 7th, and then 2 of these ones on the 5th fret. And then we're going to move up here to 7th fret 3rd string, 6th fret 2nd string, 8th fret 2nd string, bend it, and the way we bend the string is we kind of push it up, and then we're going to bring it back down to 6th, and then we're going to go to 5th fret, 3rd string, 1st finger, and then 7th fret, 3rd string, 3rd finger. So that little section. So when we put the whole thing together, we get this. And then we start the meat of the solo after that. So let's cue the next section up. Okay, I've got the next section of the solo queued up. I'm going to play it along with the music for you once or twice so you can see what it looks like as my fingers move along with it. And then we'll go ahead and learn it note for note. There's a lot of notes in this one, so pay close attention. There it is. It's all going to start with that series of notes, which is 5th fret 4th string, 3rd fret 3rd string, 5th fret 3rd string, 3rd fret 4th string, and then 5th fret 5th string. So I'm using all the notes on my 3rd fret with my 1st finger and all the notes on the 5th fret with my 3rd finger, by the way. Again, that's going to go like this. From there it's going to go. Which is 3rd to 5th, 4th string, 3rd fret 3rd string, then 2 of these ones on the 5th fret, hold the 3rd, back to 5th, 4th string, back to 3rd, 3rd string, and then back to 5th, 4th string. So what we have so far is this. From there we go big bend on the 5th fret 3rd string with our 3rd finger. Maybe you want to support it a little with your 2nd finger like this. Then we're going to have 3rd fret 3rd string to 5th fret 4th string. So it's going to look like this. Then we're going to go down our scale. Which is 3rd, 4th string, 5th, 3rd, 5th string, 6th, 3rd, 6th string, and then back up. And then we're going to hit this note twice. Then 5th fret 4th string, 3rd, 3rd string, and back to 5th fret 4th string. So that whole phrase. One more time. So when we put it all together, we have this. And that will bring us up to our next section. Let's work on that now. We're just going to work on that little section where I played along there. The other stuff I just gave myself some time to get in it and out of it so that you could hear the music and see how it comes in and out. So here we have something like this. Which is a rhythmic playing of the note on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. And then we move over here to the 5th fret of the 4th string. And then we go back up and bend the 5th fret of the 3rd string, similar to what we did before in the last section. Next we have this lick. Which is 5th, 3rd hammer to 5th on 3rd string, then 5th fret, 4th string, back to 3rd fret, 3rd string, and then we're going to skip down here to 5th string. So far what we have is this. Followed by this. Again. Slowly, that's 3rd to 5th, 4th string. 3rd fret, 3rd string. 5th, 3rd finger. Back to 3rd. Roll 1st finger over to 3rd fret, 4th string, like so. And then 3rd finger, 5th fret of 5th string. So when we look at that whole phrase, it's going to look like this. Not bad, huh? Okay, next part. We're going to move up here, right up our scale. 3, 5, 3, 5, bend. Pinky tucks under here to the 6th fret on the 2nd string. So our bend looks something like that. Then we unbend it, so that we're on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, 3rd finger, not bent. And then we move over here, 3rd, 3rd, roll our 1st finger over on those 2 strings. And then we go into our next lick, which I'm going to show you in the next section of the video, where he climbs up again. So anyway, when we take that last section, it looks like this. And then when we put that whole thing together, we're going to have it in this manner. That little bit at the end is going to be the next section of the song. So let's go ahead and work on the next section. Okay, this segment brings us to the next section of the solo. This will be the 4th section that we're working on here. What I'll do is play it along with the music. Okay, so there it is. It's going to be this section here. A lot of notes, and it goes by in about a second. So let's get started. We're going to do similar to what we did in the earlier section. I'm just going to breeze through it here because we've already seen it twice in other sections. Something like that. That's 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 7 slide. Except last time we went back. This time we're going to keep going and move our first finger over here to 6th fret on the 2nd string, and then 8th fret 2nd string. From there we have, which is similar to what we saw before in the other section of the song. Except this time it looks like that. So you can see he kind of uses a lot of the same fragments of licks for the solo. He just rearranges them in different ways. From there, we're going to do this lick here. Which is 8 pull the 6th 2nd string, 7 pull the 5th 3rd string, and then 3rd finger ends it on 7th fret of 4th string. And by the way, those last 3 notes 7, 4th string, 5th, 3rd string, and then 7th, 3rd string. So we have. And then it's back to the next thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play along with the music for you a couple more times, because I know that this lick can be kind of difficult to pick up when played slowly. And now that we've went over it, I think you'll have a better indication of exactly what you need to do if I put the whole thing together one more time for you. So let's do that now, and then we'll move on to the next lick. Okay, so there we have it. That's one of the more tricky licks of the song, I think, because of this little thing. That goes by pretty quick. And from there, we're going to go into this lick again. We've already seen that a couple times. From there, we're going to pull to 3rd fret, 3rd string. And then seen that one a couple times too. Which is 3rd fret 4th string to 5th 4th string, back to 3rd, back to 5th. And I'll cue that part up with the music here for you so you can kind of see that. It's a section we're going to work on. So after we have this thing, we're going to go, which is 3rd, 6th string, 3rd finger rolls over 5th, between the 5th string and 4th strings, then to 3rd fret, 3rd string, 1st string, and then 3rd finger, 5th fret, 4th string. From there, we're going to go sliding up here to 7th fret, 3rd string, and then over here to 6th fret, 2nd string for this little section. we have this part, which is 6th fret 2nd string 1st finger, and then I like to use pinky here, 10th fret 1st string to 8th fret 2nd string. Then we have 8th 1st string, 1st 2nd string 6th fret, to 3rd 2nd string 8th fret. After that we have this little lick here. Which is kind of a repeatable lick. You do it twice. Your 3rd finger is going to start on 8th fret of 2nd string, and then roll over here, and then pull to 6th, and you do that twice. Hit that note one more time, and end it on the 8th fret. So when we put the whole thing together, we have and from there, we have the next section that I'm going to kind of cue up. This is another one that goes pretty quickly. So that part's going to look like this. Kind of tricky because we have this little string skip in it, and then this string skip as well. So that whole thing starts with our 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, and then we have a pull from 7th to 5th, and then slide to 3rd. And then the same lick that we've seen several times already. And here we have, which is 3rd finger 5th fret 5th string to 1st finger 3rd fret 4th string to 3rd finger 5th fret 4th string, 3rd here, 5th 3rd string, and then we're going to drop down here with our 2nd finger to the 5th string 5th fret. So we have the whole thing. And then that's going to bring us to our last lick. Which I will play for you now. Okay, so there that one is. We're going to start this one the same way we started the last two. See how that works? Same thing we've been doing. So we're going to slide it up to 10th this time. That's going to be our last note on the 2nd string. And then we have, which is a little repeatable lick. It looks like this. And what I'm doing here is I have my 1st finger barred across the 13th fret on the 2nd string and 1st strings. And I'm hammering from 13 to 15 on the 2nd string, and then plucking 13th on the 1st string. And we do that 3 times. And then end on this note, which is the 15th fret of the 2nd string. Okay, so there is all the parts to the solo. I think I'm about 33, maybe 34 minutes into it. So if you made it through all the parts, then I think you're pretty persistent, and I congratulate you for that. And I hope you're able to pull this one off flawlessly. So let's go ahead now and learn the end of the song, and then we're going to play it along with the music. The whole thing. See if we can pull it off flawlessly. I know I can. I'm just wondering if you can work it to that point. So let's do it. Let's finish this up. Okay, this is the end of Aqualung. It's going to feature our power chords that we learned how to do way back in the beginning when we studied the verse. I'll just go over the chords where they are on the guitar before we play it along with it, so you know what we're going to do. It's only 3 chords. We start on the 4th fret, root on the 5th string, then go to 6th, and then 8th. And that's the part when he goes, oh, Aqualung. And right before that, we're going to have our verse riff. Then our 3 chords. So I'll play it along with the music once for you so you can see how it goes. Easy enough, right? Okay, let's go ahead now and play along with the entire song.